We promised today on our video that we are going to be discussing 3I Atlas. It's the third interstellar object that has entered our solar system. So let's talk about what we know a little bit about 3I Atlas, just from some of the articles that come out. One of my favorites is Avi Loeb, I believe that's how you say his name. He's a Harvard astrophysicist, and he seems to be the only one that's kind of saying it's could possibly not be a comet. He's told us it is the size of Manhattan.
Oh,
It's
wow.
estimated it's 1,000 times bigger than any other interstellar object that has entered our solar system. 1,000 times. It's estimated to weigh about 33 billion tons. The International Asteroid Warning Network launched an emergency defense probe just to, make sure everything's good. It does exhibit some unusual behaviors. It has an anti-tail, meaning that usually a comet like streaks and the tail is away from the sun. This one is pointing toward the sun.
Like a tail that points toward the sun.
Yeah, usually it's the other way. It trails behind, but this one had an anti-tail. It has a plume of 4 grams of nickel per second, and there's no evidence of iron. So that's a nickel tetracarbonyl, and it's only been witnessed in human manufacturing. Like, this isn't a normal side effect of a comet or
Wow.
plume. It exhibits non-gravitational acceleration. That means it's going fast, and it doesn't have to it's accelerating, but not due to gravity. Right now, it's went behind the sun, so we can't see it. But it's supposed to reappear this Wednesday. NASA's about 15 days late on giving us the most recent photos as it passed really close to, I think, Mars. We had some tech on there that was supposed to give us some updated, and they've never released it. They're blaming government shutdown. So
Right.
that's
Wow.
what
That's a
we
wealth of information. Geez, Stacy.
that's
I
what we
didn't know
do
any of
know,
that.
according to this gentleman. But here's what we don't know. What is it?
Okay. So this is Jesus and Divine Mother speaking as one today, as they often do. I want to begin with a prayer. Thank you all for joining today. And it is um, a manifesting day. A day for manifesting all all your desires, it's going to be more complete after today or as a result of today's talk with Jay and Divine Mother. So I guess he'll get into a little bit of that, whatever that's about, I don't know. Thank you, Father, for us being together and working for the highest good of all. Um, just goes, yes, that's it. I guess it's a real short and sweet one today. All right. Yeah. So the 3I Atlas is not a comet, and it's not exactly a spaceship, but the best word for it available, maybe in the English language, is a metallic city in the cosmos, habiting extraterrestrial beings that are wanting to come closer, wanting to get humanity ready for their arrival, wanting to help humanity. They know where Earth is at, where Earth is headed, where the people controlling the conditions on the planet globally, worldwide. They know what their goals and intentions, their plans. And it's basically, you could call it a spaceship, is maybe the best word. And these extraterrestrial beings are only wanting to really get information and give humanity a transitional period of adapting to the reality of their being extraterrestrial beings. They are showing themselves like here and then like there, And then, like here, kind of very methodically or systematically, intermittently, they are getting everyone prepared kind of mentally, in their belief systems, that there could be such a thing as extraterrestrial beings, quote, spaceships there. And then too, there are extraterrestrial beings and quote, spaceships in existence in reality, and that they are here for the sole purpose of helping you become free. You've all been enslaved for eons. Some, many now, are waking up enough to know that they are living in a slave mentality induced upon them and for generations. And life on earth is, wow, the word is terrible. Terrible conditions. Is that the word? Yeah, the word is terrible. Wrong. It's like wrong, terrible, not good conditions induced and created by people with glorified egos and are insane, like literally, and not aware enough, not evolved enough, not intelligent enough, even to know that there are consequences for their creations, what they create. And they are not immune to doing bad things on earth or to people. No one is immune to that. So it has consequences and it always comes back to them also. It's a cycle that leads to just really annihilation for all, destruction for all. These extraterrestrial beings are sent from Divine Divine Mother, to help her children, her beings, her life forms, Mother Earth, animals, all beings, and even other extraterrestrial beings that are greatly affected by what humanity is doing. So it's not just for Earth and humanity and all life on Earth. It's also for other beings, many others. And you're all connected, remember. All. Everything influences everything or everyone else. So they are going to bring information, technology to heal, technology to um, become aware, to nullify or neutralize the dulling effects created on Earth that have desensitized, dulled, deadened, maybe blocked the flow of, funny, he says chi energy. He's never used that word, chi energy.
Life force.
But yeah, life force to flow properly and thoroughly through the body, through the brain, and enable Christ consciousness to be developed. They know they need to intervene to assist with this. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. Well, it's nice to get that confirmed because I know some people have different opinions that they're,
More
um,
malevolent than benevolent.
yeah, exactly. So that's
So
nice to hear.
they're good. They're coming to intervene. This is divine intervention. They're gonna help us heal, which we wouldn't be able to do on our own. Wow, so it's kind of a rescue mission.
Yeah, sounds like it. Because yes, there's absolutely a rescue mission. Yes.
How come they came alone? Is there gonna be more other
Um,
civilizations coming?
there will be others joining later. But for now, it's kind of like one step at a time over the next, really the next 3 years, especially. They're bringing themselves to light, meaning to being seen. Yeah, to like the openness, openly. Um, um, and they will be bringing more later, but that's definitely kind of later. They are enough to bring themselves here and what they are wanting to share and impart, and even just their existence being seen, and they will be coming out in eye to eye contact. The extraterrestrial beings, wow. So the actual beings, that would definitely be first time on Earth, or at least they were aware of anyway. They will be coming in. Interesting. Wow, I'm surprised it's that long. It's in about 10 years. They'll be coming literally on the ground, like face to face, and they will show themselves from afar, and they will communicate from afar, but they'll stay kind of in the outskirts. They're not going to like land on Earth and start walking around, I guess, for about 10 years. And they are going to be friends by then, like accepted, appreciated, known for who they are. We'll be in like regular contact with them. There'll be like really a rapport or friendship developed already, or trust. Um, and then they'll come after that, but that's going to take a little time maybe to get to that point fully. But I don't think they need to actually be here on Earth to help us. Um, they will help by bringing um, their energy and their knowledge and their telecommunications, their technology. It's technology in various ways, more ways than one.
And I got to wrap my head around what. Okay, so right now they're behind the sun. I know a lot of people are waiting. A lot of scientists are waiting to see what happens when they reemerge and what the if they're going to keep going on their way. Like, what's next? Are they just probing and scouting and they're going to keep traversing our solar system? Are they going to hang out a little bit?
They will stay kind of hanging out, being seen, and then not being seen. And then it gives people time to talk about it, collaborate, think about it, absorb it, gain more information or what have you, and to realize that they're not harming you. Each time they're seeing, oh, we see them, they're not harming us, nothing bad is happening from them. And so it's developing trust, and it's just kind of in steps or stages like that intentionally. And in 2 years, they will be in full communication and give information at that point in time, like really profound information that empowers, quote, he's saying, quote, like the good side, the side that's for love, peace, harmony, wanting to create goodness and help people, not the quote, the bad side or the evil side, wanting to enslave people more and not for the benefit of all. And more will come then. Oh, like more ETs? There will be like more ETs coming then that will stay in the outskirts, stay even further away, I think, but they're going to be able to feel safe enough to be more nearby. They're also going to be on standby if needed. Wow. On standby if needed. What does that mean?
Yeah, what
What does that mean? They will intervene in any way needed to save humanity. And if they are going to start destroying Earth and people and all life forms with like more biological weapons, nuclear, chemical, or other bad ways, significant ways, they will um, become a helper, an active helper at that time. I feel like they're closer. They're staying closer. So if they're needed, they will like intervene or something. But I wonder how they would intervene.
Well, they have
Uh,
technology. There's been videos of orb taking out nuclear missiles, like making them basically dead. Yeah, they can make our weapons just kind of duds in the sky.
you're
Is that
kidding.
is that true?
Yeah, is that it? Oh yes, yes, yes. They will be a silent and not non-seen. We're not going to see them, and like a silent, but they'll be there in the background. It's a protector. They will intervene and protect if needed. It is so simple for them. This is child's play or kind of like kindergarten stuff. The technology we have, the things that we do and have is kind of like kindergarten stuff.
It's enough to like destroy the planet, but not to them. It's very child's play, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like easy for them to, to stop or intervene or block or whatever. Yes. Wow, that's interesting.
Okay, so if they are behind the sun and they're going to stick around for a while, it's got to be clear then that this is not it's a comet that's just following a path through our solar system. It's obviously got its own trajectory
You
and
will
can
know
control.
soon, like
Okay.
by the so-called experts, the scientists or what have you, or that gentleman that you mentioned, like the experts, you'll know that it's not a comet. And then it's another step forward. Then what is it? And then there's just, it's, thinking and talking and communicating, people becoming more open to the idea. Oh, maybe it is ETs. Maybe it's this. And then I guess it just transitions humanity to getting used to accepting the idea.
We have some really great questions rolling in. Susan's asked if, like the ETs can disable our arms, then why did Chernobyl happen? And also like the hydrogen bomb in Japan in World War II.
Great
Why did
question.
they allow those?
Um, Mostly, mainly, or mostly because you need to experience what you're creating. It was not going to, obviously, it did not destroy Earth. It was not at that level, but had negative consequences and was realized, understood, known that it is not for the benefit of mankind and humanity in general to utilize those such things. There's bombs and so forth. And it has stopped the trend going in a certain direction. It was good. The trend was going in a certain direction. That actually kind of helped stop the trend, realizing it's not for everyone's benefit or good to utilize those sources of destruction.
That makes sense. So they're letting us witness what we created so that we can learn from it.
Like,
Okay, so that makes sense. Does that answer your question, Susan? That it was just basically they knew it wasn't going to destroy the earth, but they're letting us see what we created
yeah, I
or what?
mean, yeah, that's, I get it. Yeah. We also have to learn. Jesus has said so many times in so many different situations that he just can't come in here and do everything and just snap his fingers. I mean, we have to learn what we created and learn how to create. That's why we're here.
Susan said that makes sense. So, and
Right.
then our next question. Ooh, this one's a good one. This is from Lisa Lada. Last Sunday, you asked if we could contact them, and the answer was yes. But how? Okay, so are they going to let us? Can we
Forgot about
communicate with
that.
them?
And we communicate literally to the extraterrestrial beings. And first, let me just ask Jesus, is that, obviously already said yes, I forgot, but just to confirm, that's okay to ask. And is it okay to communicate with them today? And he goes, yes, they want to very much.
Okay.
In fact, they welcome you, and they would love the opportunity to share information for those that have the ears to hear. So, wow. Okay. I forgot all about that. Do you want
Woo.
to talk to them
Okay.
now?
Yeah, let's just say what message would you I don't even know who we're addressing. I don't know what civilization they represent or where they're from, but if you had a message for humanity to hear first, what would it be?
Great question. Yeah. So, can I communicate to the beings that literally are in from ETs, extraterrestrial beings that are obviously good ones here to help us? Yes. Can we talk to you? Are you? There's no need to even ask. We only need a split second of your attention on them or desire to communicate to them. I don't even need to give them a full question of asking them. Okay. I guess they're there instantly in a split second. So I guess is what they're saying. And easily, they're there easily. We are not here um to bring help to humans just to help humans. We are somewhat angry at humans, the human race, and the evil things you have done. And those that have not done those evil things have allowed it. Every single one of you are responsible for every single action taking place on earth. How many times do you allow evil to take place and walk the other way? See suffering being imparted on another being and say or do nothing. Um, do not give some of your time, energy, money to help more. You're all so focused on yourselves. You're selfish people. I understand. Wow. You sound a little bit angry, which we can actually understand fully and completely. We're angry with a lot of humans, but I get your point. You must think of others to survive as a race. If you do not care about others as much as yourself, you will all end up destroying humanity. That has happened more than once, and we are tired of helping you and it getting nowhere. We've helped you before, more than once, and we are wanting to do things differently this time so you can realize that it is God awareness that is needed. Specifically, God awareness, not even just being loving, nice, kind, caring, helping. Yes, that's a product or a side effect or symptom of being in God consciousness. But we want to make sure you understand that it's God awareness that's needed. And that will bring the all loving behavior, thinking, feeling, perceiving, and actions and activity, not trying to create or teach or impart the good of being that way. Yes, that's good, but it is God awareness that is needed. So you do not continue being on this ignorant cycle, just staying in ignorance. More kindness and goodness and love and caring is good and helpful, but only temporarily. It is not the answer. We have learned this through you all. You have to develop God awareness and know who you are. You have to remember who you are. So we are going to change some things this time and bring you more awareness and technology that enhances your ability to expand consciousness. Because at this point, almost every single one of you are not physically capable of developing enlightenment. Your brains are damaged. Your DNA is damaged. Your way of thinking is extremely ignorant. I'm
You're just
sorry.
the messenger, Connie. You're just the messenger.
I don't mean to laugh. I just did. I understand and I agree.
True.
Yes. May I have a word with N? Who's N? All right. I don't understand what this means. May I have a word with no one? Okay. And it says yes to that. So I don't understand what that means. May I have a word with no one? So what does that mean? No one means your human self is not here. Your God self is here. So I'm asking you to intentionally try to think like you are God. Remember that always. You are no one. You're no one. You're no one. You're no one. You are all God. You're not any one person. You're all God. So, a way to feel that more is to pretend. Kind of think, but he's using the word pretend. You can pretend anything. You remember what that's like as a child growing up, imagining and pretending all the time. It's your natural, you have a natural thing. Pretend that you know you are God. And this will help start to, transition the thinking from a limited one being to like maybe a God. Is that right? Yeah. So a miracle is coming for this community extremely soon. This community is more specific. No, it's more special. It's more special than what you're thinking. It's not just a community to learn how to grow spiritually and connect with others. Of quote, he's saying it like of like mind, a common term we use, I guess is how he's wording it, he or it. But this community is going to be a resource center for the world to receive information from divine beings in the spiritual realm and also extraterrestrial beings that want to give um their like insight. I don't get the word, it's a C word, but it means insight or knowledge. And um you'll be sharing this information and it will get passed around, and it will bring, like other communities together and people together and help more than you know. It's part of God's plan to, heal and rebuild, Earth. Um, there's also a special gift in it for you, each of you. you'll develop God awareness quickly, very quickly. Others need time still to even get to this level of understanding of what God consciousness is, even just intellectually. And having the desire for that, that takes a long time usually. So you're already very close, but with some help from us and um, Mother Divine and Jesus, your teachers, kind of teachers of this information and others, teaching this knowledge, information. They are also sharing their love and light. Remember, that's far more potent than any, like, quote, knowledge, learned knowledge. Your energy put into this, even just if it's just for yourself, even, it is being magnified by Jesus and Divine Mother, like multiplied and awakening oneself kind of like powerfully. Wow.
I appreciate that. I will take all divine assistance I can get
Yes.
growing spiritually. But we do have some questions coming in. I want to ask. One's from Lisa Lotta. It kind of, I think she's alluding to when you said you don't even really have to ask; you just have to put your intention on them, and they're there. She's saying, "How can we recognize? Can we all hear them? And how do we recognize them?"
Question. It says no, not everyone can hear us. It requires the opening of a portal in your left side of the brain that's that has to be opened from either like an intentionally, literally by God or that person's soul or Jesus or someone that's like it's doing that intentionally. Maybe that's partly because they're something they're meant to have or experience or do, or it happens because you've had experiences in the past that have developed this already, and it manifests, kind of like even physically, like in the body and the awareness and the consciousness. And so it's developed. And it's available for everyone. Everyone can, yes. It is like talking with your mouth. It's supposed to be like available, that ability for everyone. But there are so many abilities you have that you have no idea of, and you need to develop them, kind of like erase the ignorance that's been so deeply embedded in you, all of us. And some are given the ability, just kind of given it because it's just their path or their purpose. Um, the only way Connie can know if it's a certain being um, is by sensing their kind of like their energy, their influence, their energetic influence or the energy. It's not as clear as seen with the physical eyes, but it can be as acute and sharp nonetheless and clear. Hmm, that's interesting.
This is mine. Like, can they teach us how to do this? Like, or is it just a side effect of becoming more God conscious?
It's not Connie's path to teach others, and she was not taught herself. So that's not her way, but ask God or Jesus or the Divine Mother if they will support you being given either this specific quote spiritual gift or this one or a different one. And if it is given or granted, it will happen if it's in alignment with God's will or um yes.
We have another great question. They said that a lot of us wouldn't be able to achieve God consciousness because our brains are damaged and then our DNA. Susan's asking what damaged our DNA, and then Lisa added, "Is there a possibility of DNA repair?" So, two questions: what damaged our DNA, and if we
Yeah.
can repair it?
Um Metals, chemicals, and infections, creating infections, dangerous infections that are not known to the human immune system. The immune system is not meant to even know how to fight off these types of infections because they're not natural or don't even come from natural sources. So, toxic metals, chemicals, infections, and anything else. More energy that's not like the right quality of energy, like giving, instead of good, enhanced energy, like giving more energy that's negative or bad energy. Is that from negativity or maybe EMFs or yes, like all. It's all just like another thing on the list, another thing piling up on the body, another thing. The technology has no consideration for energetic influences, how they energetically influence the world and people and beings, and it's very damaging cellularly, environmentally, but also spiritually. It suppresses, it reduces, and it even blocks the expansion of spiritual energy. So it really suppresses it or keeps it from, expanding or growing or blossoming more. No, the word is no to the second question. It's not able to be fully repaired if it gets to a certain point of damage. But almost everyone is going to have the ability to kind of override any remaining damage, supersede that with the technology that's coming out. And also, when you're at a higher consciousness, that alone is going to bypass limitations, just human limitations. Even cellular damage is taking place or limitations in the environment. It's all about superseding matter in the material world, and God awareness does that. It does not need a clean physical environment. It does not need a perfect DNA or cell to be in full expansion. That being said, you're in a body and it can restrict you if it gets to a certain point of damage, I guess. You'll grow to a certain point or evolve to a certain point and heal to a certain point, but may need to inhabit a different body in another lifetime or just move on to the spirit realm or whatever, to attain maybe kind of full God awareness. That's more rare. That's more rare, but I guess that's possible. It's more rare. So most people are able to repair cells in DNA a level where we're able to really be in superior health and even God consciousness, capable of developing that in our human body. Yes, yes.
Are you in contact with governments?
They say we are making contact with no one yet, but soon will, because we are waiting for a little while still. It's better if no one knows anything about us right now. And we are also wanting to hear and know what, the plan is, of the people that are kind of in power, positions of power. We want to learn how they are going to um, deal with us. So they're kind of waiting.
How do you think they're gonna deal with you?
Yeah. What do you all think that they're going to do? They will be not able to do anything but accept who we are, what we're here for, what we're doing, what we're going to do. It's not a matter of them accepting us or not, but because they will not have any ability over us. They can do nothing to us, but we want to give them a chance to cooperate voluntarily and make friends, literally. So we are not forcing ourselves upon them, not coming too quickly, even for those in power who do already know there's ETs, even on Earth. But we are a little different. We are more advanced. We are more advanced in the fact that we are here for one purpose, and that's to bring evolution to humanity, to save humanity, to bring evolution to humanity, and to enable humanity to evolve and grow. And we will not communicate in the sense of negotiating. We will not collaborate about, we want or need this from you, and then you can give us this. We are not here to need or get anything from you. We're just here to help in this way. And they will not like that. We already know this. So we are catering a little bit right now and going slowly and wanting them to realize they have no insight of us, understanding, or ability, and that we don't want anything. But we are going to stop them, kind of that saying, dead in their tracks. And we could be considered their enemy as a result. They will not want us here for that. But we are still wanting to create like a kinship, a friendship, a rapport, positive rapport. But we are here to block their efforts and prevent their efforts. And we will do that. But we do not want to like be pushy or act arrogant or offensive. More of us are coming in the background, like even behind them that might not be seen, able or able to be seen. Yes, a lot more. They know they may be needed. And for each extraterrestrial, so starship, not spaceship for some reason, starship, interesting different word. Okay. I don't know what that means, but each extraterrestrial starship, it'll be much smaller, but they will be like Marine snipers. How funny. Like what Marine snipers do. They're right in there. They're quiet. They're silent. People don't see them, but they're waiting to help in the way they're supposed to help, if or when needed, I guess. It's just to be the first one there to intervene if someone is going to bring in certain bombs that are going to really damage the earth, either significantly or fully. They will intervene. They're going to be there. I think there's going to be a whole bunch of them all around, like a lot of small ones, like almost like they need to be somewhat within a range to do that, to stop that. Yes, yes. And they're coming this year before the end of the year. They're all a lot more are coming. It's going to be behind them, much smaller, and for that purpose, like just
Are they
kind of.
invisible? Like, will we pick them up on our
They're not
ship?
invisible, and there's physical matter, physical,
Okay.
but you will not see them.
So they're like they have cloaking capabilities? Like, are you using cloaking capabilities to make yourself look kinda like a comet, or is that just a straight up lie that you don't look like a comet?
Do not look like a comet at all. I don't even know what a comet looks like.
Wow, okay.
Get back to my science books.
Yeah, this is getting like a sci-fi movie, this is crazy. So it's
Right.
like the
It
first line of
is.
defense. It's like the 1st Marine Division is coming in, like,
Right.
they're the first boots on the ground
Marine
when it
operators,
you know,
right.
we
The
got the
first ones.
Marines coming in, the Space Marines. That's crazy. We do have a question. It sounds like they're not gonna meddle in our affairs or even try to negotiate with us, but Susan was wondering, do you know who the people in power will be at that point? And, like, can you determine do things to determine who it will be? Almost like meddling in elections or, like, we want this guy because he's gonna be more benevolent toward us, or you just guys are just watching?
The bad guys are in power. The bad guys. Otherwise, we would not even need to be here. Otherwise, the earth would be very different than what it is right now. That's a good way to know who's in power on earth as far as the humans. The quote, are things good? Lovely, healthy, happy, whole, good, prosperous, or the opposite? And, they are many different countries, many different people, but there are, what's this, a few thousand in total? Kind of like a few thousand in total, but very selective few that are making like all the decisions. The others kind of, go along with it and carry it out or follow instructions or missions, follow missions or whatever, but very selective. And you already know who they are. It's no secret. The quote, the cabal, are the power people, powerful people, power people. Yeah, the power. They're running things. They're running the show.
Do they know? I swear I don't know if it was like Project Looking Glass, but there was some secret project that they were able to kind of pinpoint that it's all going to come humanity's coming to the pinpoint of their evolution, and that the expansion of consciousness is inevitable, and like they witnessed this. And so now are they trying was that true? Are they like trying to stop? Is that why they introduced Wi-Fi and HARP and all of these? Are they trying to numb us down so that we don't get to that point so they can keep us enslaved? Like, how much of this do they know about?
Right. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They know the damaging effects of everything that's taking place. And it is all intentional. It's not coincidental or, oh, look what's happened, look what's resulting. Or no, it's intentional. It's being done intentionally. Yes, to create a slave world. You've heard it already, The 2% are the elite, the rulers, the supreme people. The rest are slaves, like kind of like living like that, robots, slaves, not able to be free, not able to be happy, not able to be in love with themselves or others or life or God, not able to express the love that they are. So, and we will not allow them um, we will not allow them to do it much longer.
Lisa Lotta said, do they know that we are coming? Does that mean like our community, or are you talking about them, Lisa? Like the meaning the ETs that we're communicating with? I'm not sure if she meant like our community is coming and like the light workers are uniting. Do they know that?
Yeah, it's a great question. Um, they do not think any light workers have any power over them. And right now, they're actually correct. Um, unless they're really more, evolved and able to rise above that limited level of operating. Um, they do not know there are us, and others being called by God to intervene as needed. They do not know this.
Be like ninjas, sneak attack. But
It
Lisa said,
sounds like
"Yeah."
they might know about it coming up here in the relatively near future because they're going to kind of let themselves be known to them.
Mhm. Yeah.
And there just sounds like they're going to be considerate or try to do that a little gently or delicately, thoughtfully, but they're not going to have any ability to have anything to negotiate or anything they want, or it's just going to be basically your way or the highway, right? Like,
What are we
uh,
gonna do? Like, humans don't really have any tech that could even touch them.
a masterful plan God has. A masterful plan God has. You are all of you in the community, all others that are light workers elsewhere that are here to help. You cannot not be given the resources, the support, the opportunity, information, the help or whatever that needed to fully expand into God consciousness. You are here for that. And this is a time you are all going to either do that, or leave. We've heard about that, not be here. And so in those that want to and are at that place or that level and desirous of that, at least at a certain level of consciousness, you will be supported. You will be supported. There's no shortage of, divine supporters, like God's helpers, God's servants, beings of many kinds here to support this time on earth for humanity. You will create like heaven on earth again.
I look forward to that. And this is wild. This is just wild. This is
Gosh,
awesome.
this is like a sci-fi
Um,
movie. It's
we have
crazy. It's a
a
lot to absorb.
question. Are there any good guys in the government or in power in any countries? Is any leader good? Do we have any good guys?
Wow. I would have thought, of course, there must be some. No, they go, no. And this is still the beings in the Three Eye Atlas that we're talking, the ETs there. Yes, yes. None are, or they would not be there. They would
What do you
not be in
mean?
that role or that position. Some have intentions and they're not like bad people or evil or wishing for bad things. Um, but they are not able to do much of anything. They are having their hands tied. They have to play a certain role and go a certain way. And then that role in that way is devious. It's deceitful. It's dark. It's not in the realm of love and light. So even if they like maybe have good intentions to be doing what they're doing in any role of a leader as they are on earth now, they're automatically siding with, they become they're a participant of the dark side. Doesn't mean they're necessarily always bad people, but like they're really not able to, they're not able to be light workers in that role or field.
It's like the pursuit of power. Like you don't go into politics unless you're kind of ego driven. Is that what he means?
Yes. And also, there's not the capacity to bring, you know, love into the world in those roles. They won't be able to, they won't get in that role. They won't be able to stay in that role. They have to work in a certain manner, which is not in that way. It doesn't really support that. It just supports the corruption, I guess. And so it's just, yeah, kind of negates any good intentions just by being there to begin with, I guess it sounds.
Yeah. Or if once you get in, it's not what you thought and it's
Right. It's
dark
just,
and devious and you're not really able to do too much.
right.
Sounds like. We'll take one last question because we're getting past our hour today. But what do we call you? Do we, if we want to talk to you again, do you have a name? Do we just call you Three Eye Atlas when we want to communicate via
Call
person?
us Atlas friends. Atlas friends.
How many are there on the ship? Are like how many of you are there?
Thousands, thousands.
What do you look like?
A little between a little bit between human and alien and wow, I wasn't expecting this.
What?
Much. Like kind of like a human figure that's kind of like taller, bigger than a human, but with hair. I mean, do you have hair? Wow, I'm surprised with that. Yes. So kind of between like an alien, human,
Mixed
and like an
Russian.
animal,
What?
human looking animal, I guess.
That's
Like a Sasquatch.
insane.
Really, yes. There are more than one being. There's more than just one type of being, extraterrestrial being there. We're serving from kind of what you would call a colony, different colonies or different communities. Um, so we talking to you are the leaders, and we are kind of like that. There are some that are transparent and some that are more dense matter, like humans, and have similar shapes, kind of similar shapes to humans, and some that are almost fully transparent, but not 100%, like almost fully spiritual, non-physical, and even more transparent than the other ones. So I guess there's different ones. Um, we're serving like a handful of different, I don't know, communities or places, colonies or groups of beings. Yeah, we're here to support each other. They're all supporting each other as well. Like there's other like extraterrestrial beings and they're kind of supporting each other also. So they're working together, I guess, for this. Some are working together for this, role of helping humanity here.
Can we have last question from Susan? Can you generally talk about the idea of our community, our physical community, like when we will be coming together geographically? And will it be a challenge to survive?
By this year, by the end of this year, um, you'll know where you're going, what you're doing, and have the ability to do it. This is when the star beings, the Galactic Federation, and some other extraterrestrial beings will start communicating frequently for like specific instructions. Like literally, it's going to be bulleted sentences or like one, two, three, four, like that. It's going to be, all right, now do this, do this, do this, or this. It's going to be very specific instruction. That's all for helping people get ready and beginning with creating communities and how to prepare for kind of the times ahead.
Will it be a challenge to survive?
Some, some yes, and some no. Those who are at a point where you want to uplift humankind or humanity, You want to uplift each other, yourselves, each other, all life on earth, the Mother Earth, want to uplift, just uplift everyone. They will be given information, resources, support, clarity, guidance through many different ways, channeling groups like this one. Others will be other ways. They'll gain access to um, the same information, but through others or in a different way. And everyone, every single person that wants to uplift humanity, bring in the light on earth, not a single person will be left out. God cannot forget anyone. You will all be given everything you need to live in, a good environment, a safe environment. So you're here to actually perform your purpose. You've already got that desire. If you're already at that place, you're already there. You have that desire and you're here to help. And you'll be given what you need to be in a position to help. And you'll be in a good position for yourself and also be in a position where you can help others. Of course, healers and rebuilders to help heal and rebuild Earth and help heal humanity. The so-called light workers will be in a better position in your life than you actually ever have been, because that you're at this phase of evolution. You're at this phase of development of your consciousness. You're not living to learn lessons anymore or to clear karma or to develop the heart's love to a certain degree where you get to this place that you're already at. So when you're already at this place, you do not need the hardship or the struggle or the challenges. No, it actually becomes more paradise, light, love, joy on earth. Your circumstances will become better actually than ever. And then those that are not at that level of development or level of consciousness, then they will not be in alignment with that. They won't care about that. They won't think about it. They just won't be interested in that. Um, and so then they will move on to what's ideal for them.
Okay. I am like still hung up on the Sasquatch looking thing. I have so many
Yeah,
questions. Is like,
I'm surprised to hear that, but I guess, how
are
would we
they
know?
related to like the Sasquatch sightings that we see? Is like that them, or is that like some
No,
genetic?
no,
Did
but
we
they
have
are
your
there.
DNA? Sorry, I got really
They're
excited.
there. But they are there. I guess what, you're just acknowledging that there is such a thing as Sasquatch? Oh, okay. I never knew that.
Are they like? Do they have some of your DNA, or like how do you look like that
Um,
without being related?
a little like them. We have hair.
Okay, and you're
Um,
big.
and not everywhere. Yes, and we're taller, bigger. Um, so it's kind of a cross between human, alien, and Sasquatch like.
Uh,
Um, but then there are also others that look completely different. I guess they're different species of ETs. So that they kind of just mentioned. So there's different ones, I guess.
well, thank you. Do you have any other questions
I
for our
wouldn't have
Atlas
guessed them to be
friend?
like, have hair on their bodies though, because yeah, for
I
some
pictured
reason
them
it just
hairless.
yeah. Not that I even thought about it before.
Well, just like an alien, a little hairless. Lisa said that gave her goosebumps in a good way. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Lisa Lotta, for your questions and for joining us. Can we just go back to Jay talking about manifestation? Thank you, Atlas friends, for your input today. What was Jay talking about manifestation? Like he kind of started out with a message about we're going to be manifesting faster or something.
Yeah. Well, thank you all. The Atlas, what Atlas beings?
He said Atlas friends.
Atlas friends, that's right. Thank you. That's interesting. Okay. So, Jesus, are you still there? Mother Divine and Jesus are here, and they're saying, today we'll say a prayer together, like before we close, I guess, to bring the Father's power and grace into your lives more fully. So you have more power to manifest, literally, just given more power to manifest. My blessings are in with this. So Jesus's blessings and Divine Mother's blessings are in with this. So I guess Jesus is going to say a prayer that kind of makes that so or brings that to us. Okay, yes. Are you ready for that now, Jesus? All right, we are one now in mind, body, heart, and soul. And okay, my Father is not here yet, so this is still Jesus. There's a momentary pause now. So just wait a moment, I guess. We'll wait a moment in silence briefly here. So this is still Jesus. He says the heart is open and still enough to receive Father's love and power and peace. And it's still Jesus. His Father's not going to say a word. He's going to, like, I don't know, I guess instill more of his energy, his life energy in us of what was just said while we're in stillness. So, okay, we'll continue being still a moment and just have the allowance, the intention to allow God, our creator, the Father, to awaken more of his love and light and power and peace within us. So this is actually, the Father is saying something now, and this is the Father: God, I am. God, you are. God, we all are. We are one whole unit with lots of little parts and beings, planets, stars, galaxies, dimensions. We are here for bringing wholeness to all and manifest powerfully now as never before in our Father's name, Jesus Christ, the, like, the Father, the Heavenly Father. And then just goes, that's it? Yeah, that's it. Well, that was very unusual.
Hmm.
That's it. So hearing that, being a part of that, desiring that, I think is going to do something, is shift something within us and bring in more God's grace and power and peace, as you said, right? He goes, yes, yeah, it's Jesus. And he goes, yeah. So that was very unusual, but okay.
I accept. Well, thank you for that. That was lovely. Anything else that we need to add? Anything else we want to close with?
You wake up each morning, say, Father, I am here with you, and you are here with me. Thank you. I love you. Just once every day and every morning, wake up and say that or think that. That will keep what was done today, keep it connected or concrete. Okay.
We're going to wrap up this episode. We'll look forward to seeing you then on the next episode of Help from Heaven.